Well, back in 2010, the Temasek Foundation has commissioned the NUS Business School to come up with a capacity building and a capability training program for entrepreneurship for sustainable development in the Philippines. Our partners include, besides the NUS Business School, Ateneo de Manila University. It is one of the top 3 universities in the Philippines, and Gawad Kalinga, a non-profit organization that is focused on poverty alleviation. The project itself has got 2 dimensions. It's got a curriculum development part of it. The second dimension of the project has got to do with a train-a-trainer program for Gawad Kalinga, and it essentially takes in the Gawad Kalinga community leaders and train them for social entrepreneurship. And they are to go back to the communities to start social enterprises where they are, to create employment and to alleviate poverty. I am the project director, and with me here is the project advisor, Dr. David Jeremiah Sia. And on my right here is my research associate, Gabriel Henry Jacob. The first key for driving impact in this project is to ground the learning, and with that we refer to 2 dimensions. First is at the level of the participants, for the fact that we drew the curriculum writers as well as the participants from diverse background, experiences as well as discipline. There is a need for each one of them to be leveled up to the same level of learning before they can even impart that in the classroom or even to start social enterprises.
We were drawing faculty members from different faculties from the Ateneo de Manila University. So they have different understandings and different contributions. And at the same hand, we also drawing participants from Gawad Kalinga. And these people again have different kinds of learnings and different kind of experiences.
Before the actual workshop is done, we conduct a training needs analysis with a purpose to assess the Gawad Kalinga community leaders' current capabilities in terms of entrepreneurship, and to also to identify their needs. And the outcomes of this survey was given to the curriculum developer so that they can frame a framework that meet the current needs of the entrepreneurs, future entrepreneurs.
So traditionally, a lot of times when faculty members structure curriculum, it is seen within a very narrow set of lens. And even if they say that, okay, we include another discipline, let's say finance with accounting, it is in one particular aspect of it. And it's, the thread of it, it doesn't go through the whole curriculum.
In real life, we are actually interfacing with people in all aspects of life. So we are not only interacting with them in terms of economy, but there's also politics, there's law, there's religion, there's race, there is different traditions, cultures, worldviews.
Here we have gone out to draw faculty members from 4 schools in Ateneo. They are the School of Government, School of Social Sciences, School of Humanities, and School of Business. And with that diversity across disciplines, especially outside the business school, it actually enriches the curriculum development process.
With the Gawad Kalinga participants coming in, they are bringing all the ground issues which academics tend to miss out. They are very textbook, but they don't understand the reality at the ground level. But the Gawad Kalinga people would highlight all the different problems they face when going into different communities.
Being a public policy student, I see the value of the approach that we use. Like in the course of my study, we learn multiple disciplines. We look at public policy, we look at economics, we look at politics, sociology, religious. values. And to address real issues in the society, all these multiple disciplines have to be considered before we can effectively address them.
Transferring knowledge doesn't mean that the people have internalized the knowledge that they have received in the course of a classroom. But knowing means you go through the whole process of imbibing, of taking in the learning. The whole process itself educates you, internalizes things for you. That kind of knowing in terms of knowledge transfer is very transformational. But if it's just a transfer of knowledge, it need not necessarily bring transformation.
When we drew the 12 curriculum writers across the 4 schools, including Gawad Kalinga, some of these curriculum writers have relatively less or little exposure or training in entrepreneurship themselves. But we have this interesting outcome that at the end of the whole process of writing the curriculum together, each one of these curriculum writers could actually take the module and teach it. So in order to bring that leveling up of the participants from where they were when they joined us or committed themselves to the project to where they would end up at the end, where they can actually teach it, that part of the internalizing is very critical, and we use the learning loop actually to perform that particular function.
In this iterative process of learning, each small group, it comprises members from different disciplines. And after they have discussed, we again break them up into a secondary learning group comprising again different members of the team. And then they have to go through once again what they have discussed in the first primary group. And then they come up with another position of learning. After that, they go back to their primary group and they again rethink the whole process. So in this whole process, you actually ground things, and you also have a transference of knowing, not just sharing knowledge.
So we started in 2010, and between every workshop, there will be assignments or milestones set for the next workshop, and the team members from the primary group actually had to come back with the output before we go through another round of iteration at the next workshop. We actually designed the whole module with the end in mind. So we require each of the curriculum writers, when they structure the module itself, to come up with a set of learning outcome statements for every lesson plan, building up to the whole module. So that forces the individual curriculum writer to be very focused.
When they write their outcome statements, they have to look at 3 levels. What are the abilities that they want to see transferred down the line? Secondly, what are the skills that they want to develop from those abilities? And thirdly, what is the knowledge that they would definitely communicate to the participants?
The advantage of this approach is that the curriculum writers will intentionally design their module that not only consider about transferring of knowledge, but also how to develop the skills and the abilities of the students. And as a result of this, they use a lot of interesting pedagogy tools like case studies, interviews, or even watching videos, for example. We have structured the module into 2 major components. In the first component, we introduce to the student the basic principles of entrepreneurship that includes tools how to assess opportunities in their communities. Equipped with these tools, then we send back the students back to their own community, where they will try to apply it and to assess whatever business opportunities that they see in their community, and where they have to write a concept plan. About a few weeks later, they will bring back the concept plan and to present it to all the fellow participants, to the instructors, and also a panel of experts. And they will receive feedback and critique on how to improve their concept plan. Eventually, all this knowledge will be built up into their concept plan and to be turned into a full business plan. that's ready to be implemented once they finish the program.
And the outcome here is that each one of these community leaders, when they come for the trainer program, they have in mind that at the end, when I finish the module, I'm ready to go back to my community and start an enterprise that is going to create employment for my village or for my community.
The amazing thing about this project, within 6 months of us rolling it out to the GK community leaders, 2 of the participants received funding for their business plan, and so they can actually start up their own business. They can address real social problems in the Philippines. Besides them, there's another lady who, after attending our workshop, went on to start her own business and has been featured in national media like the TVs and the newspaper.
Usually in the area of entrepreneurship, the gestation period can be years before a new startup can see the light of day. So we are thoroughly thrilled actually that within 6 months after the training, some of the participants are already gaining some of the limelight in the media.